Today, Brock Purdy is the only quarterback that wasn't drafted in the first round that is still in the that is still in the playoffs. Isn't that kind of crazy? I know that when you think of Baker Mayfield and you think of Jared Goff, you don't think of people who are maybe necessarily worthy of that first round pick, but at one point they were, and you definitely see flashes. Hi, Jose.
Sorry, I had to go yell at roommates. People are very rude. Anyways.
Were they like being loud? I didn't hear them.
No, they were being rude. That's all I need to know. So anyways, what are we talking about?
Speaking of being rude, for more personal information, earlier, before another reason that we were late, I was drinking out of this cup, but not this one, a different one. And it was gross because it had not been cleaned.
Yeah, someone peed in it.
That was not what happened. It just had like leftover PCAs from like a day before. And like, I feel like that's gross. Anyways, Roxas wants to know who both top 3 quarterbacks. I don't know if he wants us to name 3 or 2 because he said both and then top 3 QBs in the NFC after Stafford.
Jared Goff, get the hell out of here. You're tripping. Jared Goff can only play good at home.
Alana, my sister's in here. Hold on. Everyone, I'm far away from home. Hi, Lonnie. I love you.
She called you weak or me weak.
That was cute. Yeah, she's kind of a bully. She's not. But I wonder, she might be watching with her boyfriend. He's like a 49er fan.
He's like, or he is?
He is. He's always like, every time he comes over, he's wearing a Steve Young jersey all the time. That's how I first knew. When he walked in, I was like, do you watch my YouTube channel? You're a 49er fan. And then she was like, no, he doesn't. And I was like, you're a mean sister. Okay, wait. Tell me, who do you think are the best quarterbacks left on the NFC side in the playoffs?
With Stafford out, it's definitely Purdy, Love.
Purdy and Love, right?
Purdy, Love.
Like if you had to rank them.
But he's just talking about, he's not talking about, this contest is not saying left. It says after Stafford. Both top 3 quarterbacks in NFC. Oh, after Stafford? Okay, so you're saying Stafford's first.
Stafford's first.
I would put Stafford first. Then I'll put Purdy
Brock
second.
Brock.
And I put Love third. And then I put,
Dak.
If you got, no, hell no. Jared Goff is like an asterisk 4th because he can only play really good at home and in a dome. No weather. That's why if they win, they come out here to San Francisco, he's gonna get sauced up.
My little sister doesn't know anything about sports, and she's just in the chat, probably making people very confused. I feel like Brock being on a 7th round contract helps him. That definitely helps his value for sure.
That's an offseason.
Hold on. I wanna like literally look up, like rank all of them from the NFC. I just want to rank the best left in the playoffs.
We pretty much have mine. I think I put
if you have Stafford, nope, not Stafford, just kidding. If you have Jared Goff, if you have Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, and Brock Purdy, that's 4, right? Because 4 for each.
It's probably Purdy, how would you rank 1, Jordan Love 2, Jared Goff 3rd, and Baker Mayfield 4th. But only in the context because of where they're at right now, because Lions are going to play at home, right? So it's like, if Detroit had to go to Tampa Bay, I'd probably lean a little more towards Baker because there's something about Jared Goff in the wild outside where there's no dome, especially when it's outside of the West Coast, that he's just not the same player.
I agree, but I don't know. I really liked that Eagles Tampa Bay game the other day, but I will say after the second half, it felt like both offenses didn't do anything. Like Tampa eventually did, but they were definitely just in it because of their defense. It
was more of the Eagles messing up, like all the missed tackles, which is crazy. It's like these guys were 1-2-3 Cancun ever since.
49ers broke them. How crazy is it? They were 10-1, right? Or 10-2?
10-1.
10-1, and they did not get to 12 wins on the season.
I've never seen such a downfall in any sport like that ever.
Do you a lot of people think it's probably too drastic to say Nick Sirianni needs to get fired, but I just don't understand what does he do there? He's not the offensive coordinator.
He's not the defensive fans. That's what he does.
I know, maybe if his thing is morale, but the team was falling apart for the last couple games, so it's not like he's doing good at keeping his team together.
I wouldn't blame him if they fired him because you have a decline.
I think they would have. I don't think they're going to fire him. Because they would have already, right?
Like that, that's like you pretty much lost the team. My players are gone, and it's much easier to be like, all right, I'm gonna go find a new coach, then get rid of the whole team for a new message, unless they're mature enough, experienced enough to be like, nah, it's all good.
This is racist. I feel like this is racist. I feel like this is racist.
That is a little bit stereotypical. That's very stereotypical because Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican, not Mexican.
I think, to be fair, I think that when we talked after last week, she was playing Bad Bunny and you might have been singing it.
Last week?
2 weeks ago.
It was not me.
Yeah, it was. When I was playing Drake.
Last week?
Last week. Well, I mean, like 4 months ago, you know, like at some point in the world.
I definitely was not singing anything. I don't even remember you playing Drake.
I was playing Drake.
You've been playing your corny country music.
Yeah, I have been on my country music hype, but not anymore. Now I'm in New York, and they have been playing Burna Boy everywhere.
Jay-Z
and Jordan Smith. I did go to on Martin Luther King Day. I'm in Brooklyn, and they have the Brooklyn Library, and it's like all set up with a bunch of Black Lives Matter stuff, and like Jay-Z, I think, might have sponsored the building or something. So they had like all of his records out and like these statues for him, and then it was like snowing, so it was all like covered in snow. It was really pretty, yeah. But I feel like I could argue with you potentially that Jordan Love has been playing better than Brock Purdy for the last 10 games, but I think maybe consistency wise, just for right now, you're right. Brock Purdy would be deserve to be above Jordan Love. I think that
last 10 games, Jordan Love's been sweet.
That's what I'm saying. I think
if you want to say he's better, I have no issue with that because he's working with less. And
talent wise, I think he might be a little bit more talented, like arm strength wise.
Oh, yeah,
I think that they're both very
better physical talent.
Yeah, and I think they're both like have mobility but aren't mobile quarterbacks, if that makes sense. Like they have the ability to kind of escape pressure, but they don't rely on it. Mobility. Jordan Love has a stronger arm, and then I think they're both really good at like reading defenses and understanding, like executing their system. I know Nick Bosa was asked like how to stop Jordan Love, I think it was yesterday, and he talked about how, like, he basically described Jordan Love kind of as a game manager. He said, like, the reason Jordan Love is so good is because he executes, like, exactly what Matt LaFleur wants. And I wonder if Nick Bosa was trying to, like, kind of take a shot at Aaron Rodgers, because he was like, yeah, some quarterbacks get, like, a little too big for themselves, and they start trying to go out of the coaching, and it can kind of get them in trouble. And the reason the Green Bay and Jordan Love has had so much success is he, like, really listens to Matt LaFleur, and he only utilizes his arm strength or goes, like, off schedule when the play has already broke down and it's not working. And I was like, is that a shot at Aaron Rodgers? Maybe. Although you would think Nick Bosa and Aaron Rodgers probably both have kind of messed up views, you know. So I don't know why.
There's no one close to Aaron Rodgers. That guy's a quack.
Yeah.
I didn't read that any other way. I guess it's just like, yeah, one dude's the guy who's too good to be constrained to the system. One guy is part of the system and also has his own thing. Yeah, I didn't read too much into that. He was just commenting. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care to comment because a lot of these players don't. It's just like, I think he was trying hard for that one, especially because he won that media award for like friendliest player that gives him the most. So I think now he's like, okay, I'll actually try a little bit more. That's cool.
I love his like just monotone. When I first heard Nick Bosa talk after like seeing him, I was like, does not fit. Joe Burrow has the same sort of, I wonder if it's like an Ohio State thing. They both have like a kind of like really monotone pitch, but this is going to transfer